Thrice the brinded cat hath mewed.
Thrice and once the hedge pig whined.
Harpier cries, 'tis time, 'tis time. Round about the cauldron go, and the poisoned entrails throw. Toad that under cold stone days and nights has thirst 31, sweltered venom sleeping got, boil thou first if charmed pot.
Double, double toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Fillets of a finny snake in the cauldron boil and bake. Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog. Adder forks and the blind worm swing, lizard's legs and owlet's wings. For a charm of powerful trouble, like a hail broth boil and bubble.
Double, double toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, witch's mummy, maw and gulf. Of the ravened salt sea shark, root of hell milk, digged it dark. Liver of blossoming Jew, gal of goat and slips of yew. Slithered in the moon's eclipse, nose of Turk and Tartar's lips. Finger of birth strangled babe, ditch delivered by a drab. Make the gruel thick and slab. Add thereto a tiger's chardon for the ingredients of our cauldron. Double, double toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Cool! It was the baboon's blood. Then the charm is firm and good.
Oh, well done, I command your pains, and everyone shall eye the gains. And now the cauldron sing like elves and fairies in a ring, enchanting all that you put in.
By the prickling of my thumb, something wits this way. Come, open locks, whoever knocks.
How now, you secret black and midnight hags, what's it you do?
A deed without a name.
I conjure by that which you profess, however you come to know it. Answer me, though you unite the winds and let me fight against the churches, though the east waves confound and swallow negative up, though the babes' corn be lodged and the trees blown down, though castles toppled on their weirded heads, though placed by pyramids do slope their heads to their foundation, though the treasure of nation gleam tumble altogether, even till destruction sicken. Answer me to what I ask you.
Speak.
Demand!
We'll answer. Say if that hast rather hear it from our mouths or from our masters.
Call 'em, let 'em see 'em.
Pour in so's blood that hath eaten her 9 pharaoh grease that sweeten. From the murderer's gibbet throw into the flame. Come high or low, thyself in office deftly show.
Tell me, thou unknown power,
He knows thy thought, hear his speech, but say thou not.
Macbeth, 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 beware Macduff, beware the Thane of Fife, dismiss me enough.
whatever thou art, for thy good caution, thanks. Thou hast harped my fear all right, but one word more.
He will not be commanded. Here's another more potent than the first.
Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth.
Had I 3 ears, I'd heard thee.
Be bloody, bold, and resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of man, for none of woman born shall harm Macbeth.
Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee? But yet I'll make assurance double sure, and take a bond of fate. Thou shalt not live, that I may tell pale-hearted fear it lies, and sleep in spite of thunder. That rise like the issue of a king, and wear upon his babe crown, and round and top of sovereignty.
Listen, but speak not to it.
Be lion mettled, proud and take no care. Who chafes, who frets, who word conspires are. Macbeth shall never vanquish. Be until great Burnham, wood to high Dunsinane hill shall come against him.
That will never be. Who can impress the fortress, bid the tree unfix his earth-bound roots? Sweet Beaumont, good, rebellious dead, rise never till the wood of Bremen's rise. In our high place Macbeth shall live, the least of these nature. Pale his breath to time and moral customs, yet my heart throbs to know one thing. Tell me, if you art can tell so much, shall Banquo issue ever reign in his kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
I will be satisfied. Deny me this, and an eternal curse falls on you. Let me know why sinks that cauldron, and what noise is this?
Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadows, so depart.
Thou art too like the spirit of Banquo down. Thy crown does sear mine eyeballs, and thy hair, thou other golden bound brow, is like the first. A third is like the former. Filthy hags, why do you show me this? A fourth? Start eyes, what? Will the line stretch out to the crack of doom? Another, yet a seventh, I'll see no more. And yet the eighth appears, who bear a glass which shows me many more, and some I see that twofold bald and treed sceptre carry. Horrid sight! Now I see it is true, for the blood bolder Banquo smiles upon me, and points at them for this. What is this so?
Aye, sir, all this is so, but why stands Macbeth thus amazedly? Come, sisters, cheer we up his spirits, and show the best of our delights. I'll charm the air to give a sound, while you perform your antic round, that this great king may kindly say, our duties did his welcome pay.
Where are they? Gone! That this precious hour stand occurs the cauldron. Come in! What's out there?
What's your grace's will?
Saw you the weird sisters?
No, my lord.
Came they not by you?
No, indeed, my lord.
Infect be the air whereon they ride, and damn all those that trust them. I did hear a galloping of horses. Who was it came by?
'Tis 2 or 3, my lord, that bring you word Macduff is fled to England.
Fled to England.
Aye, my good lord.
Time thou anticipates my dread exploit. The flight purpose even is took, unless the deed go with it. From this moment the very firstling of my heart shall be the firstling of my hand, and even now to crown my thoughts with acts be it thought and done. The castle of Macduff I will surprise, seize upon Fife, give to the edge the sword, his wife, his babes, and all unfortuned souls that trace him in his line. No boasting like a fool, this deed I'll do before the purpose cool, but no more sight. Where are these gentlemen? Come, bring me where they are.
What had he done to make him fly the land?
You must have patience, madame.
He had none. His flight was madness. When our actions do not, our fears do make us traitors.
You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
Wisdom. To leave his wife, to leave his babes, his mansion, and his titles in a place from whence himself does fly. He loves us not. He wants the natural touch. For the poor wren, the most diminutive of birds, will fly her young ones in her nest against our owl. All the fear and nothing is the love. As little is the wisdom, where the flight so runs against all reason.
My dearest Coz, I pray you, school yourself. But for your husband, he is noble, wise, judicious, and best known. The fits o' the season. I dare not speak much farther, but cruel are the times, when we are traitors and do not know ourselves, when we hold rumors from what we fear, yet know not what we fear, but float upon a wild and violet sea, each way and move. I take my leave of you. Shall not be long, but I'll be here again. Things at the worst will cease, or else climb upward to what they were before. My pretty cousin, blessing upon you.
Fathered he is, and yet he's fatherless.
I am so much a fool. Should I stay longer? It would be my disgrace and your discomfort. I take my leave at once.
Sirrah, your father's dead, and what will you do now? How will you live?
As birds do, mother.
What, with worms and flies?
With what I get, I mean, and so do they.
Poor bird, thou'dst never fear the net nor line, that pitfall nor the gin.
Why should I, mother? Poor birds are not set for. My father is not dead, for all you're saying.
Yes, he is dead. How wilt thou do for a father?
Nay, how will you do for a husband?
Why, I can buy me 20 at any market.
Then you'll buy him again, to sell again.
Thou speakest with all thy wit, and yet I faith with wit enough for thee.
Was my father a traitor, mother?
Aye, that he was.
What is a traitor?
Why, one that swears and lies.
And be all traitors that do so?
Every one that does so is a traitor, and must be hanged.
And what must they all be hanged, that swear and lie?
Every one.
Who must hang them?
Why, the honest men.
Then liars and swearers are fools, for they are liars and swearers enough to beat the honest men and hang them up.
Now God help thee, poor monkey, but how wilt thou do for a father?
If he were dead, you would weep for him. If you would not, it were a good sign that I should quickly have a new father.
Poor prattler, how thou talk'st.
Bless you, fair dame. I am not to know you known. Though in your state of honor I am perfect. I doubt some danger does approach you nearly. If you will take a homely man's advice, be not found here, hence, with your little ones. To fright you thus, methinks, I am too savage. To do worse to you were fell cruelty, which is too high your person. Heaven preserve you! I dare abide no longer.
Whither should I fly? I have done no harm, but I remember now, I am in this earthly world, where to do harm is often laudable, to do good thing sometime. I count it dangerous folly. Why then, alas, I do put up with that womanly defense, to say I have done no harm? What are these faces?
Where's your husband?
I hope in no place so unsanctified, where such as thou mayst find him.
He's a traitor!
Thou liest!
What, you egg?
Oh, mother, you killed me! I pray you!
Murder!
Let us seek out some desolated shade, and there weep our sad bosom empty.
Let us rather hold fast the mortal sword, and like good men bestride our downfallen birthdom. Each new morn, new widows howl, new orphans cry, new sorrows strike heaven on the face, that is resounds, as if it felt with Scotland and yelled out, like syllable of dolor.
What I believe, I'll well. What Now believe and what I can readiness, as I shall find the time to friend. I will. What you have spoke, it may be so preached. This Typhant, whole soul, named blessed our tongues, was once thought honest. You have loved him well. He hath not touched you yet. I am young, but something you may deserve of him through me, and wisdom to offer up a weak, poor, innocent lamb, tea of please and anger God.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is. A good and virtuous nature may recoil and an empathy change, but I shall crave your pardon, that which you are, my thoughts cannot transpose. Angels are bright still, though the brightness fail. Though all things foul would wear the brows of grace, yet grace must still look so.
I have lost my hopes.
Perchance even there, where I did find my doubt, why in this rawness let your wife and child those precious motives, those strong knots of love, without leave taking? I pray you, let not my jealous be your dishonor, but my own safety. You may be rightly just, whatever I shall think.
Bleed, bleed, poor country. Great tyranny, lay thou thy bases sure, for goodness dares not check thee, wear thou thy wrongs. The title is afeard. Fare thee well, Lord. I would not be the villain that thou think'st, for the whole space that's in the tyrant's grasp, and the rich east to boot.
Be not offended. I speak not as an absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and each new day it gashes. And adds to her wounds, I think withal, there would be hands uplifted in my right, and here from gracious England have I offered of goodly thousands, but for all this, when I shall tread upon the tyrant head, or wear it on my sword, yet my poor country shall have more vice than it had before, more suffer, and more sun-dry ways than ever by him that shall succeed.
What should he be?
It is myself, I mean, in whom I know all the particular of this vice so gratified, that when they shall be open, black Macbeth will seem as pure as snow, and the poor state esteem him as a lamb, being compared with a confineless harms.
Not in the legions or horrid hell can come a devil more damned in evils to top Macbeth.
I grant him bloody, luxurious, artificial, false, deviant, full, sudden, malice, smacking of every sin that has a name, but there's no bottom, none, in my vampires. Your wives, your daughters, your mountains, and your maidens could not fill up this certain of lust, and my desire, all contended and pending would all theirs that did purpose my will. Better Macbeth than such a one to reign.
Boundless intemperance in nature is a tyranny. It hath been the untimely emptying of the happy throne and fall of many kings. But fear not yet to take upon you that is yours. You may convey your pleasures in a spacious plenty, and yet seem cold the time you may so hoodwink. We have willing dames enough. There cannot be the vulture in you to devour so many as will to greatness dedicate themselves, finding it so inclined.
With this they grow in the most ill-composed affection, such statulous avarice that were I king, I should cut off the noble of their land, desire his jewels and this other house, and my own having would be as a sauce to make me hunger more, that I should forego quarrels unjust against the good and loyal, destroying them of for wealth.
This avarice digs deeper, grows with more pernicious root than summer seeming lust, and it hath been the sword of our slain kings. Yet do not fear, Scotland hath legions to fill up your will. Of your mere own, all these are portable, with other graces weighted.
But I have none. The king becoming grace as justice, verified temperance, stable, bound, previous mercy, lowerness, devotion, patience, courage, fortitude. I have no relish of them, but bound in the division of each several crime, acting in many ways. Nay, had I power, I should pour the sweet milk of concord into hell. Uproar the universal peace, confounded all unity on earth.
Oh, Scotland, Scotland!
If such a one be fit to govern, speak. I am as I have spoken.
Fit to govern. No, not to live, O nation miserable, with an untitled tyrant, bloody sceptre. When shalt thou see thy wholesome days again, since that the truest issue of thy throne, by his own interdiction, stands accursed, and does blasphemy in his greed? Thy royal father was a most sainted king, the queen that bore thee often upon her knees than on her feet, died every day she lived. Fare thee well. These evils thou repeatest upon thyself, hath banished me from Scotland. O my breast, thy hope ends here.
Macduff, this noble passion, child of integrity, hath from my soul reaped the black skulls, recoiled my thoughts to the good truth and honor. Devilish Macbeth, by many of these trained, hath sought to win me into his power, and modest wisdom plucked me from uncold haste. But God above deals between thee and me, for even now I put myself to thy direction, and unspeak mine own detraction. Here adjure the trance and blames I lay upon myself. For strange to my nature, I am yet unknown to woman, never was forewarned, scarcely have covet what was mine own. At no time broke my faith, would not betray the devil to his follow, and delight no less in truth than life. My first false speaking was this upon myself: what I am truly is thin and poor country to command. With there indeed before thy here approach, old Swizzer, and 10,000 warlike men already at a point was setting forth. Now will together, and the chance of goodness be like the wanted quarrel. Why are you silent?
Such welcome and unwelcome things at once. 'Tis hard to reconcile.
Well, more anon, come, the king forth, I pray you.
Aye, sir. They are a crew of wretched souls that stay his cure. Their madly convinces the great essay of art, but at his touch, such sanctity hath heaven given his hand, they presently amend.
I thank you, doctor. What's the disease he means?
'Tis called the evil, the most malice work in this good king, which often since my here remain in England, I have seen him do, how he solicits heaven, himself best known, but strangely visits people, all hallows and unsealed, pitful to the eye and near despair of surgery. He curses, hanging a golden stamp about their necks, put on with holy prayers, and 'tis spoken to succeeding royalty. He leaves the healing benediction with the strange virtues. He had a heavenly gift of prophecy, and sundry blessings hang about his throne that speak him full of grace.
See who comes here.
My countryman, but yet I know him not.
My ever gentle cousin, welcome hither.
I know him now. Good God, betimes remove the meanings that makes us strangers.
Sir! Amen. Stand Scotland, where it did. Alas! For a country almost afraid to know itself. It cannot be called our mothers, but our grave, where nothing but who knows, nothing is once seen to smile, where signs and groans and shirks that rends the air are made, not marked, where violent sorrow seems a modern ecstasy. The dead man's kneel is there scarce asked for who, and good men to live expire before the flowers in their cups, dying or they sicken.
Oh, relation, too nice and yet too true.
What's the newest grief?
That of an hour's age doth hiss the speaker. Each minute teens a new one.
How does my wife?
Why well!
And all my children?
Well too!
The tyrant has not battered at their peace?
No! They were all at peace when I did leave them.
Be not a niggard of your speech. How goes it?
When I came hither to transport the tidings which I have heavily borne, there ran a rumor of many worth fellows that were out, which was to my belief witnessed the rather, for that I saw the tyrant's power afoot. Now is a time of help. Your eyes in Scotland would create. Soldiers make our women fight to doff their dire distresses.
Be it there comfort. We are coming. Sinner gracious, England hath let us good, swithered, and 10,000 men, and older and better soldier none. The crimson gives out.
What I could answer is comfort with the like, but I have words that would behold out in the desert air, where hearing sound not lunch thing.
What concern they? The general cause? Or is it a fee grief due to some single breast?
No mine, that's honest, but in the shares sworn woe, though the main parts retains you alone.
If it be mine, keep it not from me. Quickly let me have it.
Let not your ears despite my tongue forever, which shall poison them with the heaviest sound that ever yet they heard.
I guess at it.
The castle is surprised, your wife and babes, savagely slaughtered to the relate the manner, the word, on the query of these murdered deer, to add the death of you.
Merciful heaven! What man, ear pool your hat upon your brows, give sparrow words. The grief that does not speak whispers the errant heart and bids it break.
My children too?
Wife, children, servants, all that could be found.
And I must be from there. Thence my wife killed too?
I have said!
Be comfort. Let's make us meds of our great revenge to cure this dreadful grief.
He has no children. All my pretty ones. Did you say all? Oh, hail kite! All! Would all my pretty chickens and their dam at one fell swoop?
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so! For I must also feel it as a man. I cannot but remember such things were, that were most precious to me. Did heaven look on, and would not take their part? Sinful Macduff! They were all struck for thee, not that I am, not for their own Dermidus, but for mine fell slaughter on their souls. Heaven rest them now.
Be this whetstone of your sword, let grief convert to anger, blunt not the heart, enrage it.
Oh, I could play the woman with mine eyes, and braggart with my tongue, but gentle heavens cut short all intermissions,
front to front, bring thou this sled of Scotland and myself. Within my sword's length set him. If he escape, heaven forgive him too.
This time goes mannerly. Come, go we to the kings. Our power is ready. Our lack is nothing, but our leave, Macbeth, is ripe for shaking. And the powers above put on their instruments. Receive what cheer you may. The night is long that never finds the day.